Hello and welcome back to Manor Lords. In the previous videos, we founded 2 settlements that are absolutely thriving. We also claimed half the map and are now in a spot where we could coast indefinitely, building new settlements in all of our regions, or we could just spend time expanding the ones that we already have. But that won't help us win. Only one thing will: conquering the entire realm. That's right, our win condition this time around is domination, and as a result, we must go to war with Hildebolt. But rather than meticulously claiming one region after another, we're to claim every single region at once and have the most epic battle ever in Manor Lords. And at the end, we'll either reign victorious or we'll have lost not just the battle, but all of our influence. And if you're ready for battle, hit the like button. And if you're already getting stressed about watching me attempt to be a general, hit the like button for that too, and let me know how you feel down in the comments. Or just leave your favorite emoji for the sake of engagement. And without any further ado, let's jump right in. Now, as excited as I am to charge into battle, I want to make sure that we are as prepared as we can be. Let's be honest, I'm not that great at battle in this game, but one thing I can do is try to learn, so I've been absorbing as much feedback as possible, and we're going to make sure that we are as prepared as we can be before we go in. So I want to take a look at our army, and there's a couple of things I want to point out that I figured out after playing around with things a little bit. By default, you're only supposed to have a max of 6 troops. However, you'll notice that we have 7 right here, and that's because we had 6 troops before we built our manor over in Immenruth. So that means that we can have 7. However, if we remove any of these troops, we will have a max of 6 again. So we're not going to do that. That also means that we can't add any more militia, so we couldn't add another archer or another Pullman. That's just not going to happen, even if we have all the troops and we have all the materials for it. So with that in mind, there are 2 ways that we can expand our army to get prepared. We could either buy some mercenaries, which we will absolutely hire all of the mercenaries, and I'll explain why in just a moment, or we can make sure that our retinue is as prepared as they can be. So you can see we've got 2 retinue right now, and I absolutely want to fill this out. Now, if you hold down tab, you can get some more stats about all of your troops, and I want you to really zero in on the shield, the armor, and the attack of the retinue and compare it to some of our other troops. You can see that the armor is 81, and if we go over to our spear militia, our armor is 8, 1/10 that of the retinue. And the attack, it's 4 versus 1. It's 4 times higher. Our shielding is 61 versus 21. Now, this is something that I figured out based on some comments that said that the retinue is really your elite fighters. They should not be up front. So we will not put these guys up front anymore. We'll put them on the side or try to have them work their way around the back. This also means that we probably want a fully decked out retinue before we hire mercenaries because they're going to be considerably stronger. So that's where we'll begin. And if we click on this, we can customize our retinue and we can add additional men-at-arms for 50 each from the Treasury. This might seem painful considering you can recruit some of the mercenaries for as low as 35 or 45 Treasury per month. But just trust me, this is the right way to go. They are much more powerful in the long run, particularly if you have a lot of them. So we'll buy the 2 that we are missing, and then we have to get them armor as well if we want them to be as effective as possible. 2 options here. We can either pay the treasury cost, which is 8, that will import it, or we could pay 4 if we've already got the materials in our local armories, which we do. So I will deck them out for 4 gold each. And now our retinue is as decked out as it can be at this current point in time. But before we expand our retinue, I want to point out a couple of things that I think are pretty curious. So there are things that are missing from this menu that I think are going to be added in the future. First of all, you can see that there are going to be experience points and your retinue is going to be able to level up and get better and better with time. I can't wait to see where this goes because I think it's going to make this whole screen make a ton more sense. Personalizing a specific retinue member is going to matter because they're individually going to get better at certain things. The other thing, look at this. It's clear that Slavic magic wants you to become attached to each of these soldiers. Right here, Albrecht has a scar on his bottom that he claims was inflicted by a dragon. Each of these soldiers has something that is unique about them, never stays in one place for long. So the whole goal is to get you very attached to them. That's why you can personalize them. And eventually you're going to be able to see how many foes they've defeated, which is going to be really, really exciting. Now, the problem with the retinue right now is we've got 24 total, 12 in Waldbrand and 12 over in Immenruth. So I want to expand that. So we're going to actually expand our castle to make that happen. So if we go into our manor, we open the castle planner and we add on a garrison tower, we increase our retinue size by 12. we can only have one of these per region, which means that we can have one here and one in Imanruth. So we'll place that right here, and then we will commit to this. And then I want to make sure that this is the highest priority. There shouldn't be anything else going on in this land, but we want this to happen quickly. Now, while this is going on, let's go over to our other region and add one here as well. And we'll once again commit to this and watch it get built. And there we go. Our manor has been completed, which means that we can now add our additional retinue. So for that, we'll go into a retinue customization. And then once again, we're going to be spending 50 gold per unit out of our treasury, and we're going to load this thing up. And now for each of these soldiers that we just purchased, we're going to need to get them armor as well. And I want to point out, it costs 18 gold to import the armor here. And that's because we don't have the policy enabled that removes the tariff. So it's 10 gold more per soldier. So that might be a reason to enable that policy if you were going to go ahead and deck every single soldier out with armor. And then I went through to make sure that the rest of our retinue was completely decked out, and they are. So we have a fully uniformed and full retinue. Now, back over in Wallbrand, you might be surprised to see that we are not done building our castle yet. Now, one of the reasons for that is it appears that there's a bug in the game right now where the tax office gets rebuilt every time, as do some of our outer towers. So these were built before, but we're rebuilding them, which means we got a whole bunch of extra materials to build our garrison tower here. So it's going to be just a minute before this is done. And honestly, it's kind of wild how much faster things are constructed over here in Wallbrand with all the oxen that we have. But here we go. Castle is complete. So with that, let's once again expand our retinue. And just like that, our retinue is completely filled out and everyone has armor. Now, you might think that we should also expand our castle all the way around our city before we go to battle, but I'm gonna caution you from doing that. I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, but if you were to do that right now, your entire city would become the manor. And you can kind of see that right now. So we've got this little castle right here, and we can't do things inside of it. You can see I can't draw a road. The castle is considered complete. The only way to modify the castle is from within the castle planner. And there are many things you can't do from within there, like draw roads. So don't draw a wall around your entire city, otherwise you will not be able to modify it anymore. Now, before we go to battle, I want to go into each of these units, and I am going to draw them out. So I'm grabbing all of the Wallbrand units, and I'm going to have them rally. So we'll rally everyone right here. And then I want to go through each of these units, and they're currently retaining the settings that you had from the previous battle. So I just want to make sure that we are not running. And then I actually want to take a look at this retinue right here. For whatever reason, it says we have 21 out of 24. So if that is the case, we are absolutely going to disband them. So we'll disband them quickly. Look at that. Now it says 24 again. Now it says 23. So I guess we are waiting for everyone to rally, and not everyone can make it, or we're encountering a bug. One of the two. Now we'll do the exact same thing over at Imanruth, and we are going to rally them. And I'm wondering, can we rally them over here in Wallbrand? We can. That is fascinating. But once again, we're getting 19 out of 24, not all of our units. Very interesting. And then I want to take all of these units and let's divide them up by their troop type. So we'll grab our retinue and we'll place them right here. And we'll grab our archers and place them right here. And then for our footmen and our spearmen, we'll place them together as well. Now, interestingly, as we've allowed everyone to rally, we're getting some of these missing troops to come. You can see that we actually have the full Imanruth retinue now. And it looks like there's only 2 soldiers missing, which isn't all that bad. Now, I am tempted, very tempted, just to claim all the land right now, but I want to actually create one new unit. I know I said that we couldn't do this, but we can actually hire mercenaries, and we're going to do it. Now, the reason why I want to do this is not because I think that we need them, but because I don't want any of these to be purchased by our adversary. So I'm going to purchase literally all of them. So there are no longer any mercenaries available. If we go in the menu, they're all on our side. So I'm going to take all of them and have them rally up with all of our troops. Now I'm separating these by type so that I can easily just grab them all as one cohesive unit. And we can see all of our mercenary troops coming over to join the rest of our army. And now I'm just going to go through the rest to make sure that they're here. Yeah, there's still some troops coming this way. We got some archers. And now everyone is together. So let's slow things down. And I don't think we're going to speed things up for a while. Now to make this one big cohesive unit again, I can select everybody. And look at that, our entire military is organized. We've got all of our retinue right here, all of our infantry right here, and all of our archers right here. And I can easily select all of these to get them into place. So we are ready to declare war after claiming all the land. And for this, it's going to be just as simple as claiming everything. So we click on the land that we want to claim it with influence. Yes, we will have a claim there, and here, and here, and here. So there we go. We've spent 8,000 influence and claimed the entire map. And now I'm curious. We're not actually going to declare war. We're going to wait to see if war is declared on us. And I would assume that Hildebolt declares war fairly soon. And there it is. Now there are multiple battles going on, and we are going to need to go to each of these battles to win them. So the first thing I want to do is figure out where Hildebolt's troops are. And you can see that there are some troops right over here. So we're going to send all of our troops over here first. And this should be fairly simple to break up. There's not all that many over here. So let's start out with our infantry. So I've selected all of them. We'll send them right here. And then behind them, we will have our archers. And then I'm going to send the retinue. Again, these are our elite soldiers. We are going to send them off to the side, and we are going to organize and mobilize them second. We've also got this message right here. I'll make it worth your while if you drop all your claims. 340 gold. I don't think that's worth it. Signed and sealed by my own seal, Hildebolt. Right back. My claims are non-negotiable. There you go. Letter's been sent. And the battle has begun. Apparently, Hildebolt is racing towards us. And with that in mind, what we're going to do is grab all of our archers and have them fall back a little ways. And we are at the top of a hill, so this is not a very smart position for Hildebolt to be in. So what I think that we'll do is grab half of our troops and send them right over here to guard all of these archers. And then for these other troops that we have, we can see that he's basically hiding back in the woods. We'll hang back over here and wait for him to approach us. And then for our archers, we are going to say shoot at will, maybe even bring them a little bit forward. Now, interestingly, we have 2 of our battles in progress with this one battle that we are currently having. And I want to take our retinue, and we are going to start to think about them and send them in on the side. And would you check this out? They believe that they are going to be able to sneak in and go after all of our archers. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to have them run right at them. And they did make it to our archers, unfortunately. Oh no, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath if we allow this to happen. So we're going to have them fall back. And then we'll send these melee units right in from the rear. And they won't even see it coming. Oh, that's the way to do it right there. So while that melee is going on, we are going to send our retinue after their archers. And we'll come from behind. And look at that, running away, which means they are not doing anything. So hopefully we can continue to disperse them. And I'm going to have them run to their positions to hopefully get rid of all of their archers, which makes this a much more even battle. And look at that, we've broken everyone by making them run. This is exactly what we wanted to have happen. So now the only units that they had that have not broken are their archers. So we will run after them and hopefully break them up as well. And we've got our retinue going after them. Now, while this is going on, we are going to send our other troops over into the other lands that are at war. So that should be the other half of the map. So it should be just as easy as popping on over here and lining them up. We're going to send everyone right inside of our land to the borders over there. And then again, we'll take our retinue, which hasn't lost a single troop at this point in time. We're just going to have them run after these archers. And we've got another message from Hildebolt. Again, drop them all the claims. No chance, Hildebolt. No chance. And now once again, we continue to chase them down. Victory! So that must mean victory over 2 of these. All we had to do was break them up. Now, I'm wondering if we can still go after them, because I don't want Hildebolt to take his troops and run them over to the other side. And we broke them as well. So now they are actually gone. I think that was probably important. I don't want them marching around, burning down Waldbrand or something like that. So now let's send our retinue over here through Waldbrand. I do want to make sure they're not running though. It looks like they're not. We've got 69 days, nice, to begin this battle. We're currently losing, but that's not real. we're not gonna worry about that at all. And oh my goodness, 77 folks need to be buried. We are going to need to get a couple people over here at our corpse pit, and we're going to load that corpse pit up. That's our goal today. Now I wonder if the corpses, I think they're in Waldbrand, so that should work. Now we've got another message. Oh, he's gone up a little bit, 385 if we drop all of our claims. Again, non-negotiable, Hildebolt. We're not doing that. And it's taken a little while, but our retinue is finally over here and we are ready for our second battle. Now, I'm very curious whether these battles are going to come together. And also, I'm curious, I see no troops over here at all. So my guess is we go to our battlefield and things are just done. So if we click on Show Battlefield, this is where we actually have to line up for our battle to begin. So let's go ahead. And I've grabbed our main melee troops and we're sending them over here. We've also got our brigades. We'll send them right here. And then our retinue behind them. And then all of these archers behind all of them. Now, funny enough, just by lining up here, it looks like we are winning the battle. So now I'm going to take this one lone brigade and send them over to Hofsten. And we'll see if that starts this battle and lets us win. I'm really hoping this isn't the most anticlimactic way to end the game. Hildebolt just gives up. And our troops are over here, and we are now currently winning both of these battles. And I'm going to be upfront with you. I think that this might be it. I'm not sure that he's sending anyone else over. So we're just going to let this roll and see if anyone engages us in combat. Oh, there we go. This isn't going to be just a walk in the park. So I am going to send these troops over here because I think his entire army is right here. And now let's get a formation. We'll take our retinue. We're going to send them off to the side. And then I kind of like what all of these troops are doing. So we'll have a huge line. You can see they're already coming up. Let's fall back a little ways. And now I have these archers way too close. So let's back them up a little ways. And then we'll take a defensive stance for everyone here. So we'll stand our ground. And they're already shooting at will. And we get a message. We'll make it worth your while if you drop all your claims. 323. That's an interesting stance. So now you're going to offer less than you were before, Hildebolt? That's not very smart. But whatever you want to do. Now they're lining up their archers, and I think that we're going to take our retinue and run them right in towards those archers. And hopefully this gets them off balance a little bit. And look at that, they're immediately running away. And I can't believe this. I've divided them up. So the archers are running away. The retinue's coming in. I almost want to grab one of these retinues and send them towards the back. We'll get these guys to keep running, but we'll get these ones to go in from the rear. Now, oh my goodness, would you believe that? They're heading right towards our archers if we would allow them to do so. But thankfully, we were able to stop them. Now, their archers are still running in the woods, and they're coming towards us now. So we'll just keep them heading into the woods so they can't help out their brethren over here. Interestingly, oh my goodness, we got to pause this. They did break through. So I'm going to send these 2 archer units off to the side here, and we'll cut in with these spearmen, make sure they're facing in the correct direction. And I'm going to have these 2 units run, and this one as well. Now, oh, you can see it, the camera shook when they hit us. Fall back, fall back. There's cheering. Why is there cheering? Something big just happened. I can't tell what it was. Okay, well, either way, this is not what we wanted to have happen. I'm going to pull them back. And thankfully, these archers on the side appear to be distracting them. And then we're able to just run in. Now, these archers will set up a nice formation and shoot at these guys. And then this retinue is now going to come in from the rear. And look at that. Didn't even see it coming. Push forward. I want to grab these other units and also push forward. So they're being squeezed from either side. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine being in the center of this? What an absolute bloodbath. Well, while that's going on, once again, I want to go after the archers are gone. That is what we were hoping for. So let's grab our retinue over here and send them right in. Going in for the kill. All these troops over here, they're just cheering on because everyone has been broken up. Okay, they're broken. They want to run away. So we'll send everyone at these last 29 fighters over here. And with that, if these guys break, enemy's been spotted. Enemy's been spotted. We get more enemy units. And it's just these ones. So we'll send these spearmen and these retinue over here. Same right here. And my goodness, these are some brave soldiers. We have won the battle for Selbitz, but the enemy has been spotted and it is over here, another gigantic battle nearby. So let's regroup. All of our melee units. We'll grab all of them and we will start marching this way. We've grabbed all of our archer militia and we're sending them behind. And then our retinue, they're right there. Now we've only got 16 days to get over to the battlefield. And unfortunately they beat us over here, which means that we are certainly at a disadvantage for this one. Thankfully, I think our troop numbers are still kind of out of this world. And we got 10 days and wow, they've already got their formation. They're waiting for us. So I've got these brigades right here and they are now coming towards us. I'm wondering if as soon as they engage us, if that means that the battle has begun. I'm going to, okay, the battle began. Okay. Let's slow things down. Because the last thing that we want is what I think is about to happen. Just an absolute slaughter of these brigands right here. And now we've got our archers. I sent them back into our own land to hopefully regroup. And what I really want to have happen is I want them to walk over here. And I want these troops distracted. And then we're going to send our retinue up here as well. And you can see we're dividing them again. So these just couple of brigands are chasing off 100% of their archers, which is outstanding. And that leaves us with our melee combat right here. This is going to be a tough battle, I think, because we are outnumbered right now as it sits, it appears. However, if I can get these troops to move on out over here, hopefully that helps us. And you can see, oh, they're coming this way. They're all coming this way. They want to fight in the woods. That is not what I want to do. And Hildebolt wants to talk right now. Whoa, 3,938 to drop all of my claims. We are going to end that conversation. That would be a great deal for Hildebolt, but no. Now, interestingly, it appears that some of the archers have gotten wise. So we're going to have to take one of our militia footmen to come over here and chase them back. And then we'll keep after them. I wonder why they've wised up. Now they want to engage in hand-to-hand combat. And it seems like they think that I'm going to turn around, and that is why they are okay coming back at us. So I just need to keep up with them. And this is not good. So basically, what it appears like right now is they're trying to chase the retinue out into the woods while the main battle happens right here. Now, the effectiveness is down. That is unfortunate, but reasonably, they're not in a better spot than we are. So back over here, let's keep chasing them into the woods. And look at this. Just this constant running of their troops, and they run back, and they realize, oh, that's a bad idea. And we'll keep going. Maybe the running is part of the problem at this point. It's like they're dancing. This is bizarre. Well, whatever works for them. Ultimately, we should probably get back to our melee combat to make sure everything's working well here. And I'm going to speed things along because I brought the archers around this end with the idea that perhaps Oh, with a bad idea. I thought that, oh, no. Whoa. I clicked the wrong button and now I'm ways away from the battle. So what I actually wanted to do was get them off to the side and then hopefully shoot at them without them noticing. But it appears that they caught wind of what I was up to. And we've got this one mercenary infantry going after all of our archers. So I'm going to have them fall back. And while they're falling back, we'll get them from the rear and they won't even know what's going on. Then they'll get shot from the other side. Look at that. Completely imploded upon them. And truthfully, I think this has been much more effective for us. Now, while that's going on, let's come back over here. We got our retinue just cheering. They've broken them. We'll have them get right into the battle. And then I'm going to have everyone push forward all at once. It broke everyone at the same time, except for this little light infantry group over here that's been cheering off on the side. I'm not sure that that's the wisest approach. So we'll send everyone in at them and push everyone forward repeatedly. And we go again, push forward. I'm hoping we break them in just a second. We actually lost a group of troops. Wow. Oh my goodness. So we must be losing over here. It was the brigands. Okay. So let's send our archers over here. And what happened? Are they running away? They are running away. That is beautiful. So we'll send the rest of our troops over here, and victory is just a minute away. Look at that. Some archers versus our entire military except for one group that is unfortunately disbanded. And look at this. They are in a position where they can attack us, but reasonably, they're not going to be able to. So we're just going to chase them out of here. And it should be just a moment before everyone in their crew is completely disbanded. They're coming back at us. I can't believe that. Oh, that's it. That is it. The battle, they must have been broken. And this is the end of the game. Victory. It took us 5,860 days. We finished 451 buildings. We got 459 people. We won 4 challenges. We killed 1,150 enemies and only lost 195 soldiers, although we lost 100 villagers, which is pretty disappointing. All that said, now that we've won, there are 2 things that we could do. We could either continue playing in sandbox mode or finish the game. So I want to, we'll head into sandbox mode, see how things ended up. Work in progress. Expect more cool data here in the future. Truthfully, very excited about that. It's already been pretty cool. And just like that, we have peace declared between Philip and Hildebolt. And if we take a look at the map, it's a thing of beauty. It's all red. We own every last chunk of land and we are at peace. So these are our victorious fighters right here. And it's kind of amazing seeing all of them this up close and personal. You can see that we've got our battle flag right there with our Red Bull. It is absolutely outstanding. This has been such a fun game for me. I know that I'm not great at the real-time strategy portion of this, but even at that, I think you can learn it and you can grow. And there's a lot of fun in this game. I've really enjoyed my time. And it's been fun seeing how many of you are also enjoying your time, also learning about the battle mechanics or the city building, whatever is not necessarily your strength. There's a lot in this game for everybody, and I really can't wait to see where it goes. It is early access, so obviously there's a lot more that needs to be refined and polished, lots of bugs that need to be fixed, but right now, it's still a very fun experience, and there's a lot of fun to be had in this game. I really hope that you've enjoyed this series. I'm very curious to know if you guys are keen on another series, either a peaceful series where we just try to build as unique and large a city as possible, or a more battle-focused series where maybe I try to learn more about the real-time strategy and really hone in on some of those skills that I've started to learn throughout this series. Let me know down in the comments, and maybe we'll do that. Otherwise, I might take another game that's kind of similar to this, like Tropico or Anno, and really try to master the mechanics in one of those games. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and maybe we'll take that on in a future series. Until then, I really hope that you've enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. And I really want to thank you for your time and your support of this series. It's been absolutely wonderful. I've had a blast with this. It's been a breath of fresh air. It's been incredibly positive, and I've really appreciated everyone that has left comments and encouraged me to continue with this series. It's been a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.